Copper scrap led the downside Monday with key copper grades on the ScrapMonster Price Index falling 8 cents per pound at the close. This is your daily scrap metal market briefing for Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026. All prices reflect Monday's North American closing levels. Let's start with the benchmark picture. On COMEX, copper is shown at $5.83 per pound, down by 11 cents or 1.95%. On the LME, 3-month copper closed at $13,108 per ton, down 1.76%. That softer benchmark tone translated directly into the scrap market. On the ScrapMonster Price Index, major copper grades declined. Number 1 and number 2 copper wire and tubing, bare bright, and number 3 lead copper were down 8 cents per pound. Insulator copper grades slipped by 2 cents, copper radiators were down 3 cents, and most other copper-related categories were either flat or marginally lower. Now, in contrast to copper, aluminum moved the other direction. On the benchmark side, COMEX aluminum was higher at $3,152.75, up 75.25 points or 2.45%. LME 3-month aluminum closed at $3,194.50 per ton, up 1.74%. That strength carried through to scrap. Aluminum scrap prices edged higher across a broad range of grades. EC aluminum wire lead up 5 cents per pound, 50-52 scrap rose by 4 cents, 60-63 extrusion, 60-63 extrusions iron, old cast, and UBC were all up 3 cents. Most other aluminum categories posted gains between 1 and 3 cents. So copper weaker, aluminum firmer, and that brings us to brass and bronze. Because brass and bronze track both copper and zinc input, the weaker copper benchmark weighed on pricing. On the ScrapMonster Price Index, 70-30, 80-20, and 85-15 brass were each down 2 cents per pound. Brass radiator fell by 2 cents. Red brass, red borings, and yellow brass were also down 2 cents, and radiator iron and radiator ends held steady. Stainless and steel, meanwhile, were much quieter. All major stainless grades, including 201, 301, 304 solid, up to 330, were unchanged on the day. In steel, ferrous scrap was also flat across the board, with number 1 bundle, busheling, HMS shredded auto, all holding steady. The broader market sentiment on March 2nd leaned cautious, with energy headlines and global risk signals influencing industrial metals positioning. So here's your snapshot. Copper scrap down as much as 8 cents, aluminum led higher, with EC wire up 5 cents, brass off by 2 cents, and stainless and steel flat. These are prior day closing levels and may vary by region and load quality. For full grade matrices and real-time data, visit ScrapMonster.com. And if you missed last Friday's weekly scrap metal market report, now's a good time to catch up. Precious metals coverage is published separately in our weekly report as well. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone.